Good morning. You're watching Our Southern Virginia Life. This is my first kind of introduction to hydroponics. So I got this very inexpensive Viver hydroponic system on Amazon, and which I got to build a different cabinet and some lights for the bottom. You can see they're not getting enough light, so the bottom ones aren't doing very well. The top ones, however, are under the lights. They're doing awesome. They germinated in this, they're just in rock wool, right? So I germinated them in the rock wool for about a week till they popped and had little sprouts. They've been sitting in here now. This is their third week. Today's Thursday. No, today's Thursday. Monday, this coming Monday, will be 4 weeks. And this is my growth. I'm going to try to do cut and come again. I've got some, I tried some Komotsu, I think it's called, these greens here, and they don't seem to be doing quite as well. They're doing okay, they're just not growing at the same rate. These I'm going to try to do cut and come again. I don't know how long I can sustain that in here, but I believe they should, I believe the answer is I should be able to sustain them for a while. So just to pull this out and show you, no dirt, right? It just, the roots go in the water, the element nutrient water. There's an open one there, right? I don't know if you can see that, but so it comes up through this little pump, feeds through there, and drains back into the reservoir through there. I just set this fan here for now. It was up on top, but I removed to show you the flood table. So it's just sitting here, but I also have another pump going up to this flood table. So this one here runs not full time, but it runs quite a bit of the time. I have some rest periods built in. Here's my 2 timers. You can see it's running now. The flood table is not running now, and I'm going to flip that on just to simulate the time. What I do is I flood this table for 15 minutes 3 times a day. So because I get the coconut coir, you can see the sediment, and some of the things are in dirt, but even the coconut coir, it leaks the stuff. So I put these screens around the drain and around the feed, but sometimes it would shoot out, especially initially, too vigorously. So I just took this fitting, cut some grooves, and put it over it. It just helps keep the force of the water in one spot, and then these allow it to drain back out. So you can see it fills up fairly quickly, right? And of course I tilted the table on a little bit of an angle because it wasn't draining back properly. It was level doesn't work because there could be a little water up here still. There's a thin layer of water throughout the whole table that doesn't drain over the hub of the drain. So by just tilting it slightly, that solves that problem. Now, of course, it'll take a few minutes, but for 15 minutes you can see the sediment. That's why I put the screens. But these pepper starts, see the water starting to come through here now, and it will flood this whole table. And again, for 15 minutes. Here's my some of my garden starts. The strawberries are going to, the plan for now anyway, is to live in here. I had problems with strawberries. Little people, chipmunks, squirrels, whatever, eating my strawberries. So I want to try and experiment and do them inside. If it works, I may either dedicate this entire flood table or build another one just dedicated to strawberries. But when I took these in, these are in their 4th, well, it'll be 4 weeks Monday. These are a week behind, so these are in their second, going to be 3rd week coming up. When I took them in, there were no flowers at all, and it's flowering quite nicely. And I keep that fan on it to try to, keep the pollination moving. But my goal is to grow strawberries all year round in here. Don't know if that's realistic or not, but we shall see. And so once garden season starts, all this stuff, all the peppers and figs and these starts here will be removed. So if this works, I can dedicate more time. Now you see the difference in levelness, right? You can see the water back here, it's quite a bit shallower, but it's enough, right? Because number one, I don't want to overflood these anyway. That's why I put them toward the end, and these paper cups just soak in, and that feeds these peppers. And so yeah, so it works. So this floods 15 minutes 3 times a day. Now once it builds up, it'll start draining back through this overflow drain. That's just so that it doesn't overflow the table. Once I shut this off, once the simulate that the 15-minute cycle is ended, that shuts off, the water drains back through the pump, and that's the system. That's actually 2 systems. So I feed them from the same reservoir, so it's you got 20 gallons of fluid in there with the elements. You can see the water draining back through the pump. You can hear it. And so, real decent success so far with the strawberries, and these have been in here for at least a week and a half. They're all doing well. Some of these have to be up potted. I'm hoping that these were growing quicker than I thought, but it's still a good month and a half away to being able to put them outside. So I'll probably have to up pot those. I probably have to up pot the peppers at some point too, although they may be able to stay in those cups. Not sure. But my goal with this, and so far, again, this is in its going to be 4 weeks in a couple days. I want to do some cut and come again salad greens. I got some purple lettuces in here. I don't know, it hasn't, my red crimson hasn't fully colored up yet. But my goal is to grow salad greens all year long down here. And so that's where we're at with this. My initial foray into hydroponics. It was a fairly inexpensive setup. That table was $50-something with the pump and everything, standalone. I did jockey it up a little. I have to maybe build a support for it again. I'm not sure because I'm not really utilizing the lower tier. I might break it down and spread it out and put the other one, next to it. I'm not really sure. I'm just going to kind of experiment with that. But $50-something, like I said, includes everything but really the reservoir. Includes all the tubing and the pump. And this here, I had this work table that I wasn't really using, and I bought a pond liner and a little bit bigger pump, and I bought this flood and drain kit. All in all, for both of these systems together, for the pieces I used to build this table, again, the table was already built. Just I had some scrap and I just built it up off the surface and put the pond liner on it. And I actually have enough pond liner left over to do another one. So all in all, I have about $100 into both of these systems. So if I can keep lettuces growing all year long, I could easily justify that expense, which I can, and I could have even without building the flood table. So if that's all you want to do, it's even cheaper. I did spend for some elements, the bags of elements, they're around somewhere, but that was a kit. I bought a 2.5 pound kit. I think it was 20-something bucks, if I remember correctly. But the more you buy, the cheaper it is. So that was in that $100 expense. Going forward, if this works, which it looks like it's going to, I will buy that in bigger bulk and reduce the cost even further. And these were dormant when I brought them in. They've come out and they're really doing well. So I'll give you updates as they're warranted. But very excited about it. And again, phase 1 is to have salad greens all year long. That's my main focus. And phase 2 is to do strawberries all year long, which they look like they're doing well. So again, I know I'm going around in a circle being a little redundant, but when this stuff clears out, I'm going to fill this bed probably with strawberries if they're successful, and dedicate this bed just to strawberries. So that's my plan. Thanks for watching. God bless you.